Have you ever woken up and realized something was missing? The natural sign of strong male vitality, morning wood. For many men, this quiet change can be a wake-up call, and today I want to share with you how something as simple as 1 tablespoon of the right oil before bed could help restore the natural sign of health and energy. Morning erections are more than just a confidence booster. They are a vital indicator of blood flow, hormonal balance, and overall cardiovascular health. When they disappear, it's not just about intimacy. It's about your body giving you a warning signal. Ignoring it can lead to bigger problems down the road. But here's the good news. Natural, safe, and simple lifestyle solutions can bring this vitality back. The first step to solving any problem is to recognize it clearly. And in the case of male vitality, the loss of natural morning erections is often overlooked or dismissed as something unimportant. Many men assume it's just part of aging or a phase that will pass on its own. But the reality is that it's the body's way of signaling that something deeper needs attention. Morning wood or nocturnal penile tumescence is not just a random occurrence. It is a built-in health indicator. It shows that blood flow is strong, hormones are balanced, and the nervous system is functioning well. When this natural occurrence fades or disappears, it's like a red light on your body's dashboard. Ignoring that red light can allow small issues to grow into larger, more difficult problems. The problem starts quietly. A man wakes up one day, notices the difference, and brushes it off. Then it happens again and again. Weeks pass, and what was once normal feels like a distant memory. This is often when anxiety and doubt creep in. Self-esteem takes a hit, and with it, motivation and energy in other parts of life. The issue doesn't stay confined to the bedroom. It spills into work, relationships, and even personal goals. Suddenly, you may feel less like yourself, less confident, and less connected to your partner or even your own identity as a strong, healthy man. This is why identifying the problem is so important, because it affects more than just one part of life. It touches everything. What makes this issue particularly challenging is the silence around it. Men are taught to be strong, to deal with it, and not to complain. So instead of talking about it or seeking help, many men suffer quietly. This silence not only prolongs the problem, but also allows it to worsen. Erectile challenges, including the loss of morning wood, are often linked to conditions like high blood pressure, clogged arteries, poor circulation, stress, or declining testosterone. All of these conditions need attention, not just for sexual health, but for total body health. By refusing to acknowledge the problem, a man may unintentionally ignore early warning signs of heart disease or metabolic issues. Understanding the nature of the problem is empowering. It means realizing that the body is not failing you. It is communicating with you. It is telling you that your blood vessels might be stiffening, your hormone production might be slowing, or your stress might be overwhelming your system. These are not signs to fear, but signs to respond to, just like a doctor looks for symptoms. To diagnose a condition, you can use this natural feedback from your body as a guide. When you see the change, instead of brushing it aside, you can take action and begin making choices that support circulation, reduce stress, and nourish your hormonal balance. The good news is that this problem does not mean the end of vitality or masculinity. It does not mean you have to accept decline as your new normal. It simply means that now is the time to listen more carefully to your body. Identifying the problem early gives you a huge advantage because it allows you to make small natural changes that can have a profound impact. Think of it as an early warning system, one that, if respected, can help you avoid future complications and restore the strength and energy you deserve. When you clearly identify the problem, you also free yourself from shame. You no longer see it as a personal weakness, but as a health signal, just like fatigue signals the need for rest, or thirst signals the need for hydration. Morning wood is the body's way of reminding you that vitality is within reach, but it requires attention. Instead of ignoring it, you acknowledge it and use that awareness as motivation to take action. And once the problem is identified, the path forward becomes much clearer, opening the door to natural solutions that can truly make a difference. When the natural rhythm of morning erections begins to fade, the impact stretches far beyond the bedroom. It is not only about intimacy or physical performance. It touches confidence, energy, and the overall sense of well-being. At first, it may seem like a minor change, but over time, this small shift can ripple into many areas of daily life. Men often don't realize how much this one natural occurrence is tied to vitality. It sets the tone for the day. When you wake up with it, you feel strong, alive, and connected to your masculinity. When it is missing, day after day, there is a quiet sense of loss. You may not talk about it, but you feel it. On a daily level, the absence of this sign can affect mood and self-esteem. Men often carry their sense of strength into how they approach work, relationships, and even the way they walk through life. Without that reassurance in the morning, there can be subtle doubt. Some begin to question whether their body is aging too fast, whether they are still capable of satisfying their partner, or whether something more serious is happening inside. This mental burden can create stress and anxiety, which ironically makes the problem worse. Stress hormones like cortisol compete with testosterone, lowering its natural production, and when testosterone dips, energy, focus, and sexual health all decline further. It becomes a cycle that drains vitality not just in the bedroom, but in every corner of life. The long-term consequences of ignoring this signal are even more concerning. Morning erections depend on healthy blood flow, flexible arteries, and responsive nerves. If these are compromised, it may be an early sign of vascular disease. Many doctors agree that erectile issues can show up years before more obvious signs of heart disease or diabetes. This means that losing morning wood is not just a private issue. It can be one of the earliest red flags for conditions that threaten overall health. By dismissing it as just aging, men miss a critical opportunity to make changes that could protect their heart, blood vessels, and hormones for years to come. Energy levels also decline when circulation and hormone balance are off. A man who used to wake up ready to face the day may find himself feeling sluggish, foggy, or unmotivated. That lack of drive affects productivity at work, willingness to exercise, and even interest in hobbies or social connections. Relationships may begin to feel strained, not because love has disappeared, but because energy and confidence are missing. This creates a quiet distance between partners, leaving both feeling less connected. What started as a physical issue now becomes an emotional and relational challenge. The truth is, the body is always interconnected. A decline in one area almost always ripples into others. Losing morning erections is not an isolated issue. It points to the need for better lifestyle habits, for attention to stress, for a stronger commitment to exercise, sleep, and nutrition. It highlights the importance of staying proactive with health, rather than waiting until bigger problems arise. The longer this signal is ignored, the harder it becomes to reverse the damage, and the more it chips away at quality of life. But awareness can turn this into a positive turning point. When a man realizes that this daily change is connected to his long-term health, he has the chance to take control before things spiral. Rather than waiting for a doctor's warning about high blood pressure, cholesterol, or heart risk, he can recognize that his body already sent him an early message. This is not something to fear. It is something to act upon. By understanding how deeply this impacts life, from mood to relationships to long-term health, a man gains the motivation to start making changes today. Instead of seeing it as a loss, it can be reframed as an invitation. The body is saying, take better care of me, give me the tools to heal, and I will respond. That mindset shift makes all the difference. Suddenly, what once felt like a silent decline becomes a wake-up call, a chance to build new habits that restore confidence, improve energy, and protect health for the future. Recognizing the impact is the second step on the path to reclaiming vitality, and it is the one that creates the urgency needed to take action. When looking for solutions to a problem that affects both confidence and health, many men assume they need complicated treatments, expensive medications, or invasive procedures. The truth is often much simpler and much closer to nature. Our bodies are designed to thrive on nourishment, balance, and natural rhythms, and sometimes the most powerful remedies are the ones that have been with us for centuries. One of those solutions is found in something as simple as a kitchen staple, extra virgin olive oil. Just a single tablespoon before bed can begin to restore what has been missing because it directly supports the systems that control circulation, hormones, and inflammation. Olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, which are essential for heart and vascular health. Blood flow is the foundation of strong erections, and anything that helps blood vessels stay flexible and unclogged makes a difference. These healthy fats also help reduce the buildup of cholesterol in the arteries, which is one of the leading causes of reduced circulation. When your blood moves freely, oxygen and nutrients reach every part of the body, including the reproductive system. This is why men in Mediterranean countries, where olive oil is a dietary staple, often show lower rates of heart disease and higher levels of sexual vitality well into older age. Beyond circulation, olive oil has another powerful benefit. It supports hormone balance. Testosterone, the hormone responsible for energy, muscle strength, and sexual function, is influenced by the quality of fats we consume. The body needs healthy fats to produce hormones, and olive oil provides exactly that. At the same time, it is rich in antioxidants like vitamin E and polyphenols, which fight off oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is a hidden enemy of testosterone because it damages cells in the testes and interferes with hormone production. By lowering this stress, olive oil allows the body to keep producing testosterone naturally and more effectively. Inflammation is another factor that quietly undermines male vitality. Chronic inflammation narrows blood vessels, disrupts hormone function, and creates fatigue. Olive oil is well known for its anti-inflammatory properties, acting almost like a natural medicine without side effects. The polyphenols in extra virgin olive oil calm the body's inflammatory response, creating an internal environment where healing can take place. This not only improves sexual health, but also reduces the risk of other inflammatory conditions like arthritis, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. By addressing inflammation, olive oil supports both immediate vitality and long-term health. Taking 1 tablespoon before bed is a simple practice that fits easily into daily life. It requires no special preparation and no major lifestyle shift, yet its effects can be profound. For men who struggle with absent morning erections, this small nightly habit gives the body the raw materials it needs to repair itself during sleep. Nighttime is when hormones are restored, tissues are repaired, and the cardiovascular system resets. By fueling the body with olive oil, at that time, you are maximizing the benefits during the hours when healing is most active. Of course, olive oil is not a magic potion. It works best when combined with other natural practices that support circulation and hormone health. A diet rich in vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and nuts amplifies its benefits. Reducing processed foods and sugar prevents the damage that blocks progress. Adding exercise, especially activities that get the heart pumping, improves circulation even more, creating a powerful partnership with the effects of olive oil. Even small amounts of daily walking can complement what that tablespoon of oil is doing in your system. What makes this solution so encouraging is how accessible it is. You don't need to wait months to see results, and you don't need to rely on complicated regimens. By choosing high-quality extra virgin olive oil and making it part of your nightly ritual, you are tapping into a tradition of natural healing that has been proven across generations. It is safe, affordable, and effective, addressing the root causes of the problem rather than just covering up the symptoms. The simplicity of this natural solution also makes it sustainable. Unlike pills or temporary fixes, this is something you can easily continue for years, reaping not only the benefits for sexual health, but also for heart health, brain function, and overall vitality. It is a gentle yet powerful way to remind your body of its natural ability to restore balance. By turning to nature and trusting in its wisdom, you give yourself the opportunity to heal from within. The most effective solutions are the ones you can actually put into practice today. Knowing that olive oil can help is valuable, but knowledge only becomes powerful when it is turned into action. That means finding simple, practical ways to use it in your daily routine and combining it with other habits that amplify its benefits. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require dramatic lifestyle overhauls or rigid programs. Instead, it's about weaving small sustainable practices into your life so they become second nature. Start with the olive oil itself. Not all olive oils are created equal. To get the maximum benefit, you need extra virgin olive oil, which is the least processed and richest in antioxidants and healthy fats. The darker the bottle, the better, because light can degrade the quality. Store it in a cool place, away from heat, so it retains its healing properties. When you're ready to use it, simply pour 1 tablespoon into a small glass and take it before bed. Some men like to mix it with a little lemon juice for taste and extra digestive support. Others drizzle it over a light salad or steamed vegetables as their final meal of the day. The important part is consistency, making sure that this becomes part of your nightly rhythm. Alongside olive oil, the food you eat during the day makes a significant difference. Think of olive oil as the foundation, and your daily meals as the walls and roof of your health. Focus on foods that support circulation and hormone health. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, colorful fruits like berries and pomegranates, and protein sources like fish, eggs, or legumes. Nuts, especially walnuts and almonds, are also excellent because they provide additional healthy fats and minerals like zinc, which is crucial for testosterone production. Avoid processed foods and refined sugars as much as possible because they work directly against your progress by stiffening blood vessels, spiking insulin, and increasing inflammation. Exercise is another practical step. You can begin immediately. It doesn't have to mean hours in the gym. Even a daily 20-minute brisk walk can significantly improve blood flow and lower stress, both of which are key to restoring morning vitality. If you enjoy more structured workouts, include strength training a couple of times a week, as building muscle naturally boosts testosterone levels. For those who feel pressed for time, short bodyweight routines at home, push-ups, squats, planks, are enough to stimulate circulation and hormone balance. The point is to keep your body moving, because circulation improves most when the heart is active. Sleep is another area that can be overlooked. Your body restores and repairs itself while you sleep, and testosterone production peaks during the night. If you're staying up late, staring at screens, or running on only a few hours of rest, you're robbing your body of the chance to heal. Setting a consistent sleep schedule, creating a calm environment before bed, and keeping your phone or television out of the bedroom can dramatically improve your body's ability to restore itself overnight. Pairing that with a tablespoon of olive oil gives your system the building blocks it needs to repair and reset while you sleep. Stress management is a final but essential practical tip. High stress floods your body with cortisol, a hormone that competes with testosterone and disrupts circulation. Finding ways to manage stress daily is critical. For some, this means meditation, deep breathing, or journaling. For others, it could be spending time in nature, listening to calming music, or practicing gratitude before bed. These simple practices don't take long, but they shift your body from a state of tension to a state of repair, making the olive oil and other lifestyle habits even more effective. Taken together, these practical steps create a routine that works in harmony with your body. 1 tablespoon of olive oil before bed becomes more than just a habit. It becomes a nightly reminder of your commitment to health. Pairing it with clean food, daily movement, restorative sleep, and stress management creates a powerful synergy. Each element reinforces the others, building momentum that makes it easier to stay consistent and motivated. When you start these practices today, you are telling your body that you are ready to take responsibility for your health. You don't have to wait weeks to feel the shift. Often, men notice improved energy, better mood, and deeper sleep within days. And as those small wins accumulate, the bigger results, like the return of strong, natural morning erections, become more and more likely. The path forward is not complicated. It is practical, achievable, and right within your reach. The secret to true transformation is not found in quick fixes, but in the power of consistency. A single tablespoon of olive oil before bed can make a difference. But the real magic happens when this practice becomes a daily ritual, part of a larger pattern of healthy habits that you repeat day after day. The body thrives on rhythm and predictability. Just as the sun rises each morning and sets each evening, your body's systems work best when they know what to expect. When you provide steady nourishment, regular movement, and consistent rest, your body responds by building strength, balance, and resilience over time. Consistency is what turns small actions into lasting results. Imagine brushing your teeth only once a week. You wouldn't expect to have a healthy smile. The same principle applies to your internal health. Taking olive oil once in a while may provide a short-term boost, but making it part of your nightly routine signals to your body that support is always coming. Over time, this builds momentum. Your circulation improves gradually, your hormones rebalance steadily, and your confidence grows naturally. It doesn't happen overnight, but with each passing week, the benefits compound. One of the most important aspects of consistency is understanding that setbacks do not erase progress. There will be days when you forget or when life gets in the way. That doesn't mean you failed. What matters is coming back to your routine again and again until it becomes automatic. The more often you practice these habits, the less effort it takes. Soon, taking your olive oil, choosing nourishing foods, going for a walk, and winding down for quality sleep no longer feel like chores. They become part of your identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who takes care of their health every single day. That identity shift is what locks the changes in place. It's also important to recognize that consistency is not about perfection, it's about persistence. Many men give up too soon because they expect results within a few days or weeks. But the body often needs time to repair years of damage from stress, poor diet, or inactivity. Every tablespoon of olive oil, every walk, every night of good sleep is like depositing money into a savings account. At first, the balance grows slowly, almost unnoticed, but with steady deposits, the account builds wealth, and eventually it compounds into something significant. In the same way, your efforts may not show dramatic results immediately, but with consistency, they add up to lasting vitality. Consistency also creates stability in your emotions and mindset. When you wake up each morning knowing you are actively caring for your health, you begin the day with confidence. You no longer feel at the mercy of chance or genetics. You feel empowered by your choices. That sense of control reduces stress, which further supports hormone balance and circulation. Each consistent action feeds the next, creating a positive cycle that keeps building momentum. Instead of spiraling downward into fatigue and doubt, you begin to spiral upward into strength and energy. Another powerful effect of consistency is how it influences the people around you. When your partner, children, or friends see you making healthy choices day after day, they are inspired to do the same. This creates an environment where health is valued and supported, making it easier for you to stay on track. You become not just someone who benefits from healthy habits, but someone who models them, multiplying the positive impact. Ultimately, consistency is the bridge between desire and transformation. Many men desire the return of their vitality, but only those who stay consistent experience the full results. A single tablespoon of olive oil is simple, but when paired with consistent movement, nourishing foods, and restorative sleep, it becomes part of a powerful pattern. This pattern slowly rewires your body, reminding it how to function at its best and giving you back the natural signs of health that may have faded. The key is to trust the process and stay the course. Your body is incredibly intelligent and resilient. Even if you've neglected it in the past, it is always willing to heal when given the right conditions. Consistency creates those conditions. Each time you honor your nightly ritual, you are making a promise to yourself and to your future. Over weeks and months, those promises turn into results you can see, feel, and celebrate. And that consistency ensures those results don't fade. They become part of your new normal, a healthier, stronger, and more confident version of you. One of the most powerful truths you can carry with you is that your body is not your enemy, it is your greatest ally. Even when it shows signs of struggle, Like the loss of morning erections, it is not betraying you. Instead, it is communicating with you, sending signals that it needs support. When you understand this, you stop seeing the problem as a source of shame and start viewing it as an opportunity. Every challenge your body presents is really an invitation to take action, to make choices that allow it to heal and flourish again. That shift in perspective is where motivation is born, because it turns frustration into fuel. The motivational takeaway here is simple. Small actions can create powerful transformations. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in one dramatic leap. You don't need to feel overwhelmed by the idea of endless restrictions or complicated regimens. Instead, focus on the small step you can take today and repeat it tomorrow and the next day. 1 tablespoon of olive oil before bed may seem almost too simple to matter, but it represents something far greater. It represents a commitment to yourself. It is proof that you are willing to do something, however small, to honor your health. And when you keep that promise consistently, your body begins to respond in remarkable ways. Think of the men who dismiss these signals and ignore the opportunity. They often find themselves facing bigger health challenges later on. Heart disease, diabetes, or long-term fatigue that robs them of their energy and joy. But by choosing to act now, even with something as modest as a tablespoon of olive oil, you are placing yourself on a different path. You are saying yes to prevention, yes to vitality, yes to the possibility of aging with strength and confidence rather than decline. That choice, repeated daily, is the foundation of lasting change. Motivation also grows when you focus on what you are gaining instead of what you fear losing. Too often, men view these health practices as sacrifices. They think of what they can't eat, what they must give up, or how much effort it will take. But the truth is, you are not giving something up. You are gaining energy, clarity, intimacy, and confidence. You are gaining the ability to wake up in the morning feeling alive again. You are gaining years of health that might otherwise be stolen by neglect. When you see it this way, each step feels less like a burden and more like a gift you are giving to yourself and those you love. The other key to staying motivated is to celebrate progress along the way. Don't wait for the final goal to give yourself credit. Every time you choose olive oil over a processed snack, every time you go for that walk instead of sitting down in front of the TV, every time you get a full night of sleep instead of scrolling on your phone, you are winning. These small victories are the building blocks of success. Acknowledge them, let them remind you that you are capable of change and that the power is in your hands. Motivation is not about perfection. It is about momentum, and momentum grows when you recognize your progress. Finally, remind yourself often why this matters. It is not just about restoring morning wood. It is about restoring your sense of self, your relationships, and your future. It is about showing up fully in every part of life with energy and strength to give. When you connect your small daily actions to the larger vision of the life you want to live, it becomes much easier to stay motivated. You are no longer just drinking a tablespoon of olive oil. You are investing in the man you want to be 5, 10, or 20 years from now. Your body is ready to respond. It is always working on your behalf, repairing, restoring, and regenerating. When you give it the right tools, it rewards you in ways that are both visible and invisible. The return of natural vitality, the boost in energy, the sharper focus, these are signs that your efforts are paying off, and knowing that should motivate you to keep going, because the truth is the best version of yourself is not behind you. It is still ahead of you. With consistent action and a motivated mindset, you can get there one small step at a time. So tonight, take that tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, not as a quick fix, but as a commitment to your long-term health and strength. Small steps lead to powerful transformations. Start today, stay consistent, and watch how your mornings and your life come alive again.